So may I present my slide because it's part of the
Oh
presentation.
yeah, of course. If you want to start your presentation, it is your time.
Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Mabuhay, I'm Sheena Kirst A. Fernandez, and I was born in the Philippines, mainly in Metro Manila, and I am currently a grade 12 STEM student at Pasay City South High School. So my topic for today is about a science investigatory project. It is actually my first time doing science investigatory project, and we are in a group, but I was the one who's presenting it. So last year, it is a winning research paper for the STEM Up Year 3 held by the Telstra Foundation and PBSP. So the title of our science investigatory project is Carbonized Rice Husk as an Alternative Bio-Based Nursery Pot. So what's the main problem? Actually, due to the pandemic, it was it became house plants. People engage into buying house plants to aid their boredom. So it became a trend that every neighborhood you can see that there's a lot of house plants in there. So the demand of house plants and plastic pots increases. Not only demand, but also the pollution of plastic increase, not only in the Philippines, but around the world. So plastic pollution, especially plastic pots. Up to 500 million plant pots are ending up in landfill or incineration plants every year. Millions of pots are likely to be left to decompose in waste sites. On average, it takes around 450 years for single-use plastic items like bottles and nappies to biodegrade in landfill. So imagine the lifespan. So it's actually very bad. So how can we solve it? As a researcher, we think of a solution for it. So as we all know, Philippines is an agricultural country. We use rice husk because rice is a staple food here in the Philippines, but not only here in the Philippines, also it is mainly in Asia. So rice is a staple. Rice has ash or the carbonized rice husk. It contains 90% of silicon dioxide, 5% carbon, and 5% potassium oxide. The residue is used for producing geopolymers. So due to its high content of ash, the rice has proven to be a difficult fuel to gasify. So the significance of the study, the ones who will benefit with this are the horticulturists, the environment, the society, and the future researchers. So for the methods of making the project, for the collection, carbonized rice husk and flour acquired from an online shop because we are not allowed to go outside. So we buy it online. For the preparation of variables, 100 grams of carbonized rice husk was combined with 100 grams of flour and also 100 millimeter of water to make the bio-based pot. For the molding and baking, the mixture was poured into the mold and bake it for 35 minutes. After then, it was allowed to, oh my gosh, yeah, for the testing, we accompanied to the carrying capacity and water resistance. For the bio-based pots and water resistance. Next, for the methodology, for the carrying capacity, we can see that the commercialized pots is constant, while for the bio-based pot, it only upholds up to 1,000 grams until trial 4. But after that, yeah. Next, for the water resistance, the level of softness of commercialized pots is constant also because it's plastic. And then for the bio-based pot, for around 120 minutes, the bio-based pot softens for about 40%. So based on the computation, 100 gram of carbonized rice husk is equivalent to 10 peso, and every pot use 100 gram of flour and 100 gram of carbonized rice husk. So the total is 22 cents per pot, including the energy consumption, versus the plastic pots that was sold for about 20 pesos or 40 cents per one pot. So it is the bio-based pots that we did is more cheaper than the plastic pots. For the conclusion, the researchers concluded the carbonized rice husk bio-based nursery pot can be used as a seedling container. In terms of carrying capacity and water resistance, there was a substantial difference between the experimental and control variables. This research could be utilized to build environmental friendly equipment. For my last slide, we should take a look at the entire cycle of the product rather than looking at the final product only. Why we should settle for less. Thank you.
Well, that is really wonderful. I feel so lucky and such an honor to be here and listening to your presentation about such a wonderful creative idea. Hi, Sheena, are you still there?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so you're always creative about things. I wonder if you have some other what kind of creative idea you tried except this?
So one of the judges of the STEM Up Year 3 told me that not only bio-based nursery pots can be made out of carbonized rice husk, but also some plates. We can build plates using that. So it's a wonderful idea. Also parquet, the one for the floors.
Yeah, that is great. So do you want to do some further improvements?
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
I just wonder if you want to do some if you have any plans of future improvements to your project.
Yes, because it's pandemic, we cannot do it with ourselves. Like we cannot go into groupings. So we can do improvements if we gathered and research more.
Okay, that is really great. And I would really like to hear your newest news about your updates. Maybe you can come back again to next gift and tell us how's your progress going. Thank you. And thank you for joining us.